Hi, my name's Neal Peres Da Costa. I'm an Associate Professor at the Sydney Conservatorium of Music and I'm Chair of the Historical Performance Unit. In 1870, the famous Viennese piano-making firm J.B. Streicher and Sons gave Johannes Brahms a magnificent piano. The piano itself was made in 1868, and Brahms kept this piano in his apartment in Vienna for the rest of his life. He absolutely adored this instrument and he understood the tonal characteristics of it. Brahms understood and revered the capabilities of this instrument, and in a letter to Clara Schumann, he explained, "It is quite a different matter to write for instruments whose characteristics and sound one only incidentally has in one's head, and which one can only hear mentally, than to write for an instrument which one knows through and through, as I know this piano. There I always know exactly what I write, and why I write one way or another." Brahms' Streicher was a wooden-framed instrument. It only had a few metal supporting bars. It didn't have a fully iron frame, which was developing around the same time that this instrument was made. It was straight-strung, which means that the strings ran away from the player in a parallel fashion, without this overstringing that one finds in more modern instruments. And importantly, its hammers were covered in leather rather than in felt. All of this contributed to its incredibly warm, clear tone throughout its 7-octave range. It was also characterized by 3 distinct registers. The treble register was very fluty in sound, the middle register orchestral and warm, and the bass register very reedy, but with a decay that meant that it didn't interfere with the rest of the sounds of the instrument. It's a revelation to play Brahms's music on this instrument. Its tonal characteristics help make sense of the markings in his music and his textures. As part of my role at the Sydney Conservatorium of Music, being a researcher, a teacher, and a professional practitioner, I decided to commission a replica copy of Brahms' Streicher from the very famous maker in Europe, Paul McNulty. Paul lives in a town called Divizov, which is just outside of Prague, and it's near a forest which has the most wonderful wood that he uses for his instrument building. Paul is revered around the world as a very fine maker, and he's copied Brahms' Streicher absolutely exactly. He made a blueprint of the instrument and he's used all the same materials. I received this magnificent Streicher in time for some recording sessions with the chamber music ensemble Ironwood, in which we are recording for the ABC Brahms' Opus 25 Piano Quartet and his Opus 34 Piano Quintet. Already we've realized that the balance between the piano and the gut-strung instruments is fantastic. There's no way that the piano drowns out the instruments, and it fits in very well with all the performing practices that we're trying to bring to the fore.